It's that time. 2 girls, 1 shonen. But before the MC can win a girl, he must win for himself. Blue Box episode 18 is all about that Yusa glaze. A young man that has all the potential that smacked Taiki into the netherworld, called insecurity, as he runs away from his self-imposed humiliation. Yusa Shuji is bigger, faster, stronger. The glaze is real and Taiki is ready for redemption, even if it is just a practice match. Like how Taiki sees Shuji as the hump to get over, Shuji sees Aime's finest, Haruyu, as the competition he needs to defeat to make sure he gets the nationals. But forget Kengo Haruyu, today is the day. Inomata Taiki versus Yusa Shuji. It's a rematch to remember. For this video, we will be covering Blue Box episode 18. Watashi wa shitteru. It's that time to shonen. Nina watches on before that match begins with Hina, except Hina is probably still reeling from the fact that she didn't get that kiss. Hina remembers seeing Taiki at his weakest after that quick devastating loss. No matter what people try to tell you, girls don't like losers. Actually, I think that might be an everyone thing. However, Hina was basically already in a girlfriend, but actually just the friend mindset then, and wanted to cheer up her friend that is always encouraging, confident, and uplifting. So it's kind of weird to see a person like that be like that. Seeing your friend and soon to be boyfriend hurt is quite disheartening. But Nina is like,
who says our boy's gonna lose?
You hear that? It's an epic theme of overcoming. And so Hina crawls her way to see Taiki, but sees Chinatsu and Nagisa. There's more than one competition going on here, and it involves rejection. In a gym filled with multiple badminton athletes having at it, there's one that Chinatsu has her eyes on, and it's Taiki-kun. Nagisa quickly puts 2 and 2 together and assumes Chinatsu was with Taiki, getting that birthday booty. But hold up, Chinatsu semi-dodges and corrects Nagisa with something far worse.
We live together.
Under the same roof, breathing the same air, and our parents are totally besties. So Nagisa is totally like, men are animals. I've seen my little brother, he's a dog. But Chinatsu explains there's a ton of missing context here. While she tries to defend herself, she can't help but think about how much closer she actually is to Taiki. Nagisa, being the b-ball bestie she is, she stays supportive no matter what's going on with Chinatsu. So like how Hina has Nina, Chinatsu has Nagisa. True friendship is truly wholesome. The shonen is picking back up while Taiki is behind and Shuji is determining the pace. The match is just starting to heat up. His senpai cheers Taiki on.
You suck!
He already beat your ass! Ladies, this is how guys motivate and cheer other guys up. By degrading. Because if a boy wants to become a man, these words are nothing but fuel to drive a man further to greatness. So yes, motivate, encourage. Tell Taiki he's a scrub, because all it will do is show Taiki's mettle, his resolve. It might not actually be working because Taiki is looking crazy exhausted out there. But you know where this leads to? Internal conflict. All the hard work, the embarrassment, the gall to think he can just waltz his way into nationals was hubris at its finest. No matter what, the truth is right before him during this match against Shuji. Win or go home accepting fate. And what else is it that Taiki is thinking about? Shono Hina. When you are struggling the most in the midst of elite competition, true feelings get revealed, and here Taiki is trying to resolve what he really thinks about his girl problems. As a guy, when you are just being you, and someone comes along the way to say that you are special, and someone that they've admired from afar, it's hard to not think much of yourself in that moment, as Taiki is just being Taiki. Any decent, humble person would never just put themselves on some pedestal, but here is his pink-haired friend that took all the courage in the world to tell him how she truly feels. Out of respect, maybe a simple no would be too harsh. Maybe he should think deep down and search for feelings, if there is any for her. But out of respect for each other, if he truly doesn't feel romantic feelings for Hina, then a simple no may be the best. Taiki is just falling for everything Shuji has in store for him. It's frustrating his senpais. Maybe it's time to encourage him harder. Like, let's be more degrading!
You suck!
What are you doing, Taiki? Take that shuttlecock out of your ass! Hoping that reverse psychology works on Taiki. In reality, Taiki is just thinking about Hina and Chinatsu. And then he slips into a split. Hina and Chinatsu are in total shock as Taiki takes the L in that first match in the best of 3, but it ain't over until it's over. Taiki will take what he learned in the first match to leverage it against Shuji in the next match, while Taiki keeps getting smashed by Shuji's shuttlecock, and the romantic interests look on with their hearts paralyzed from the shock of badminton competition. Hina is starting to see a different side to Taiki. Some say, have fun and smile when you compete because it's all fun and games, but sometimes winning, no matter the cost, is the true fun. It's the satisfaction of your hard work and your desires being realized that is the true fun, if you're truly about that competition. Taiki has the face of a man ready to do battle against the world and choose his lady. It's this epic passion, determination, that is lighting a fire within everyone that is watching on, with Taiki trying to overcome his past loss. So Chinatsu reminisces about all the times she's seen Taiki at the gym, early in the morning, even before her sometimes. Before, he was just some badminton little kid that just happened to be in the gym early in the morning while she was there. Now, he's becoming bigger, stronger, and totally cut from the same cloth as herself. As that passion and determination from her loss and from his loss, this is a connection that will bond them forever. This is every guy's undercover goal. First, let the girl notice your presence every day. Then, indirectly show her your best admirable traits with the whip of a shuttlecock. Right after that, with the comfortability of seeing each other every single day, the courage to start a conversation begins. And so, that's how Taiki was able to get Chinatsu to finally notice him in a totally different light. So seeing someone every day in the morning with that comfortability, a conversation has finally begun as he impresses her with something insightful and deep that really shows that you can connect to her deep down. That he is really paying attention from afar away and that he truly understands her struggle. That was the moment Taiki told Chinatsu during her post-L clarity. This is a man's long game strategy 101. Don't tell the women our planned men, they must never know. Our ultimate strategy. Taiki and Chinatsu are almost one and the same in their goals and how they choose to work at their craft to overcome their past failures. These are the qualities that matter the most to these characters, and really, in real life. Nobody can stop the unstoppable nature of a shonen story. Hard work, years of pain, suffering, and losing to someone smash! Just that mindset alone can will a young man to tap into the adrenaline that lets you go levels beyond. For someone like Shuji, who we actually know very little about, he senses Taiki getting stronger, faster, better. With Taiki's peers and romantic interests on the sidelines screaming,
Don't suck, Taiki!
It's like he has that extra strength of the home court advantage. After losing one match, he's adapting to Yusa's playstyle. Look at that shuttlecock floating in the air. And just like the majestic Taiki floating in the air like Chinatsu witnessed in the previous episode, who could have predicted it was just a foreshadowing for a smash? Yusa Shuji is surprised and is on his heels. Now, it is one match versus one match, and we are nearing the end of this duel, as it's already coming down to the wire with the third battle. Shuji senpais are looking on as Taiki very quickly just became another potential obstacle for the two that can make it to nationals. But look at Shuji. He's smiling. Competition among boys only strengthens the shonen. They say iron sharpens iron. So I guess in this case, shuttlecock strengthens the shuttlecock. After figuring out Shuji's pattern, it is Taiki who Shuji must keep pace with until it's too late. Like what good sportsmen do, you shake hands. But with the agony of a loss and fiery competition within, both totally want to go at it one more time. But Haruhi senpai steps in to tell young Taiki and young Yusa that is enough. Yusa will face Haruhi next, and Taiki gets to rest up while Nina, and Chinatsu got to witness his triumphant victory. Although it was only a practice match, the mental hurdle from knowing you can compete with the best of the best is a milestone in itself. Knowing that everything that you've gone through up until this point paid a satisfying dividend. Just like a supporting girlfriend would, Chinatsu comes out of nowhere to provide Taiki a present, and he has to choose between left or right, which is funny because they're both the same. From Chinatsu giving Taiki candy like a little boy in episode 1, to Chinatsu providing Taiki with electrolytes. I'd say things have certainly changed for the better. Chinatsu tells Taiki how cool he was that he came up clutch at the end there. But it is Taiki seeing Chinatsu at the gym every single day in the morning, just like him, that gave him that extra motivation. Even though men are expected to be mentally strong no matter what the case is, the motivation you get from a girl you like is a natural steroid that can take you levels beyond that you can have never imagined. Oh, what is that? A musical foreshadowing? The Culture Festival arc is going to be quite the blast. Given their newfound closeness, Chinatsu is more comfortable around Taiki than ever. It starts to spit bars. Taiki makes fun of her singing, but when it comes from a person you like, any sounds coming from her mouth is totally good enough. Taiki makes a mistake and brings up Hina, but remembers in the back of his mind, which flusters him for a moment, with something subconscious making it to the conscious. Did Taiki really get to the bottom of his feelings or not? Chinatsu continues to ask about the play and such, along with the kissing. And that gets Taiki to bring the subconscious, for real this time, to the conscience. And he bursts out with,
We didn't kiss!
Sensing danger, Taiki needs to get out of this situation quick before Chinatsu starts to get more and more suspicious. And so, a savior from afar helps Taiki get out of this conversation. He rumbles and stumbles out like a buffoon. This reaction from Taiki sounds all the alarms within Chinatsu. So where will a girl's intuition take us next? It's nearing the end of the episode, and Taiki brings Shuji something he forgot before him and his school go back where they came from in an important dialogue, because we don't really know much about Yusa. It looks like Yusa is a visual learner and remembers Inomata's name specifically by his kanji characters. It's a small, little unique thing, but a quirk to remember about Taiki's rival. And then, you want me to mention Taiki's short loss to Yusa the first time? Remember how sudden and short-lived that moment was? Our boy Kengo took the L from Yusa, and they didn't even do the character any decency to show any scenes of his poor loss. Although this may seem sudden, the story is starting to shift to show the growth of the characters around Haruhi. It may not be that Haruhi is not improving or getting better. It might just be that everyone else is tapping into their potential faster. From our MC's perspective, he just leveled up shonen-wise, and in the eyes of his romantic interests and us, the audience, Taiki is on another level. But romance-wise, that is still in the works. And so a dream begins. Taiki has won nationals and bested Yusa. Chinatsu is here to congratulate Taiki with a kiss. But nope, Hina is here to steal Taiki's kiss away. And that is how the episode ends. This episode and the last episode might be the two biggest episodes that would make us question where Taiki's heart truly lies. Even though I'm caught up with the manga, watching the anime now, I still come up with the same conclusion. Taiki doesn't like Hina like that. He still have never shown romantic interest within Hina. Although he's dreaming about a kiss between Chinatsu and Hina, he's already denied Hina's kiss in real life. If you really wanted to discover to see if you did have feelings for this girl that likes you, why not kiss her? Especially when she offers. Because you'll know if there really is feelings deep down or not. But that is just my perspective. And hey, we're still at this part of the arc where potentially Hina can still try to sway Taiki. But I'm just saying, I'm not swayed. Taiki is an upstanding young man who would know that kissing Hina in that moment in the previous episode would be wrong because he doesn't feel that way. Not yet. And now we have to remember that Taiki and Hina are friends first. And that is what makes everything a lot more complicated because they're always around each other and they're in the same class. I'm not here to try to spoil anything. This is something that even though I've read the manga and up until now for the anime, it makes me feel the same way. Which also means the anime did a great adaptation for what the manga showed us. When it comes to the shonen portion of Taiki's arc in this episode of him finally defeating Yusa, even though it's a practice match, this is something within our expectation for his character. It's natural to think at some point Taiki will get a big W in some way, shape, or form. And this episode is that. What I want to point out though is the nuance to Blue Box's storytelling with these shonen related story arcs, like with Chinatsu. Chinatsu and Taiki, they are closely related in terms of their arc as characters and what they want to achieve. So the Blue Box story focuses on that growth and makes us go through the experience of what it takes to maybe overcome those losses that both Taiki and Chinatsu experience. With Haryu all of a sudden losing to Yusa, we're gonna get to see what Haryu's arc is and how that takes him in a totally different direction. How that makes him grow and accept life in a different way, in a totally relatable way. Chinatsu right now is going through her own process of another big loss that affects her and how she will take that going forward. Right now, Taiki has that prototypical shonen arc of eventually overcoming his loss through hard work, dedication, and all that typical shonen jazz of an MC. Blue Box focuses heavily on that growth through each character and how that takes them on slightly different paths and how that ties in positively in building a romantic relationship. It is the growth from the loss. Even though at the end of the day, it is about winning. However, there can only be one winner, which means the majority of us, what we relate to the most is the growth of that loss, and that is what Blue Box focuses on. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Blue Box. I would love to know. And do me a favor, guys, hit the like button for defeating your rivals. And subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusin.com. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Choo!